live and lead like water. The art of staying afloat. Quote, that which is soft, adaptable and enduring overcomes over time any obstacle and gives strong results. For the whole to work, the parts must also be in place. One thing that becomes very clear when 60% of the body consists of water. If the balance is not in place, the energy is drained. A vulnerable situation which requires you to keep an eye on your flow. Here are 3 tips for a more fluid approach to life. First, don't grip too hard. Then it disappears. This applies to many areas of life. Water just as with love. From a leadership point of view, it is common sense. Unfortunately, common sense is not so common anymore. If on the other hand you open up and receive with open-cupped hands, you will receive it in larger quantities. 2. Let it flow. Just like water that stands still or is closed in for too long, stagnates and becomes sick over time. It's the same with us and our fellow human beings. If we set frames that are too narrow, creativity and flow stop. So feel free to put frames to help the flow in the right direction, but let the frame be as large as you can, depending on the situation. Just as energy generation in hydroelectric plant requires a strong flow, we need to allow the flow to have room to create strong results over time. 3. Don't place yourself above others. Water never naturally seeks higher heights. It flows with the current and seeks lower terrain, where it collects its energetic rivers and deep seas. If we allow ourselves to flow with the currents and gather us where we naturally belong, then we build a greater depth over time, just as the one who talks the least and asks the most also in the end knows the most. In the same way with water, which gathers and builds depth. Be careful to place yourself above others. Go to the lower places and keep an open mind. Give them the respect they deserve. We are all equal. In summary, about living and leading like water. Number 1, don't grip too hard. 2, let it flow. And 3, don't place yourself above others. Live and lead like water because you are mostly water. And finally, a quote from Leonardo da Vinci. Water is the driving force of all nature.